As you see, between David Wheaton of the USA and Todd Woodbridge from Australia. Both players ranked outside the top 100, and both have done remarkably well to get through here. David Wheaton, winner of the Grand Slam Cup back in 1991, but hasn't won a title on the tour for 4 years, and his ranking, as you can see, has dropped down to 127. Been plagued with injuries over the year, had a hip problem, and also I remember talking to him earlier this summer in Beckenham in Kent, where he had to withdraw from the tournament because of a shoulder injury, which impedes particularly his service. It'll be interesting to see how quick he's serving in this final here. There's his run through to the final. Maurice Rura of Venezuela, Brian Shelton of the States, David Prinazil of Czechoslovakia, and then a good win against Mark Petchey, who's playing so well in the top 100 for the first time. And it was a tough battle for him, beating Petchey in 3 sets. So Wheaton, I think, very nearly restored to full fitness. How fit we may well discover this afternoon. Todd Woodbridge, his opponent, ranked way down at 191. As you can see, $2.1 million worth of prize money, and most of that in doubles, where he's won 25 tournaments. Most of them, of course, with Mark Woodford, and they have been the #1s in the world, including, of course, Wimbledon this year. They are the Wimbledon titleists for the last 2 years. And he's run through Stefan Simeon of France, Neil Boric of Australia. Yeah, a tough one against the #2 seed, Jason Stoltenberg, and then Baron Black in the semi. And against Stoltenberg and Baron Black, he went to a 3rd set tiebreak both times and came out unscathed. So there's the temperature. It's been hot virtually everywhere in the Northern Hemisphere. Officially 87, but as you can see out on court, a little hotter than that. David Wheaton, 25 years old, in his first final of the year. No title for 4 years. He's won in Kiowa Island, his first title. Steve Ulrich, the umpire. And Todd Woodbridge going for his first ever title. Was a finalist in New Haven in 90, Seoul 92, and then Seoul again in 93. We're going to join it with Wheaton having broken in the 5th game at 5-4 up in the first set. And of course, a pressure game for him. And it seemed to tell on that volley. Normally so secure on the volley, but that's one of the shots that's gone a little bit for David in the last 4 years. One stage, remember, back in 91, he was ranked 12th in the world, now down at 127.
First serve.
Oh, beautiful shot. Not too many weapons as a singles player, Todd Woodbridge. No big shots, plenty of guile, both at the net and at the back. So Wheaton with a problem here. Love 30, serving for the set. And there's a cracking return from Woodbridge, and here are 3 breakback points. Read it instantly. And Wheaton converts in the typical fashion.
30-40.
Coolness under pressure. And here's the biggest shot of the set and the match so far. 2 break points saved. Here's a third. Of course, the shoulder problem for Wheaton couldn't have come at a worse time in the build-up to the summer grass court season, where traditionally he does so well. Semi-finalists, remember, at Wimbledon back in 1991. 3 breakback points saved. Wonderful low volley. Woodbridge, I think, giving himself a hard time for putting it right onto his racket, but it wasn't a bad return at all. I think he wanted a half volley rather than a low volley, but it means that Wheaton now has got set point. Well played. So he dug deep there, and the serve came up trumps. First serving all the way through. And that's impressive stuff for David Wheaton. So halfway, perhaps, to his first title in 4 years. First set to Wheaton, 6-4. Welcome back to Newport, Rhode Island. David Wheaton taking the first set, 6-4. We're going to pick it up in the second. Gone with serve, although there has been a break to each player. It's with serve at the moment, and Wheaton trailing 3-4 set up.
15 runs.
David Wheaton here broke in the third game for a 2-1 lead, immediately broken back. Woodbridge's returns have been of a high quality right the way through. Wheaton's had to volley well, they couldn't manage it there. David Wheaton, whose career prize money on tour is still under $2 million. Remember, he won $2 million winning the Grand Slam Cup itself. Not a part of the listed tour prize money. And it's brought him so much, of course, but perhaps has robbed him of a little bit of the motivation which took him to the very top. Difficult route. Well, slightly mishit, but it was a bad error of judgment. I think he's thinking better of it. Oh, well played. Good disguise. From below the net. Had to have exquisite wrist work there. And that's great stuff from Todd Woodbridge. Just flicked the top of the net there. No confidence in Wheaton's shot. And stuck away. So Woodbridge now has a chance to take this second set. 5-3. Yes, excellent footwork from the Australian.
First serve. Second serve.
That's a disappointing return from David Wheaton, and here are 2 set points for Todd Woodbridge to level up at a set apiece. Well, it must have been a difficult decision, and a quick one he had to make as to whether to go in and make a difficult volley there, or pick it up on the half volley. It was probably the wrong choice. So 2 set points have gone a-begging. Woodbridge saying you're crazy, serving within the hitting zone there on that backhand. And that was easy stuff for Wheaton. Some more good returns winging their way. A chance for a break here for David Wheaton. That's a good, confident volley. One of the best volleyers in the game. Backed up, of course, by those 25 doubles titles, including 7 Grand Slam victories.
Advantage Woodbridge.
She's okay. Another excellent volley. A sharp reminder that you've got to be awares all the time. Right to the side of the head. Set point number 3 for Todd Woodbridge. Well played. He hung tough there when Wheaton threatened and had that break point. So the final here, the Miller Lite Hall of Fame, looks precariously balanced as that. 2 games each, 1 set apiece. Two unseeded players, Todd Woodbridge from Australia, David Wheaton from the USA. Just 1 break apiece in this 3rd set. And a title that would mean so much to both players. Wheaton, who's been right out of sorts with injury and lack of form. And Woodbridge, who would dearly love to establish himself as a singles player. And certainly his returning has been of a really high quality. Terrific volley from David Wheaton, and an important one too, giving him ideal position. What's the final last year in Coral Springs, did David? But this year it's been one disappointment after another. That was a super rally
30-40.
Excellent fake from Woodbridge. But he was under pressure there. Good saving volley on the backhand from Wheaton. Shapes to go down the line. Cross court he goes. And here's Woodbridge's chance to go ahead for the first time in the match.
Deuce.
Fantastic pass.
Advantage of Woodbridge.
So break point number 2. All sorts of extraneous noises. Sirens going off. The birds making quite a lot of chirping noises as well. Plenty of distractions for both players here. But Wheaton concentrating well. I think they hit the line. Woodbridge looking for some help from Steve Ulrich.
Saw the other ones now. Oh, is that up there?
Right on the line.
You in the telly.
And the noise is beginning to distract Woodbridge at least.
Advantage of Wheaton.
Come on.
Again, superb return. This is a torrid time for the Wheaton serve, which is unused to treatment like this, even this year. Wheaton completely missing that through the air. I think a little indecisive as to whether to hit it on the volley or the half, and got caught in between. And the same problem there, although that was an excellent finish from Martin. But Wheaton once again, indecision striking at a crucial point. And Woodbridge again poised for a break. Quite wonderful shot here, just whipping it up over his head and across. Third break point for 3-2. Well played, David Wheaton. That time the return not good enough from Woodbridge, and he was always struggling after that. He did well to hang in. Difficult backhand overhead from Wheaton, but that set up nicely. So 3 break points now saved. Outrageous pass.
Advantage Woodbridge.
And in this game, the best tennis of the match, and perhaps the match itself, resting on it. Woodbridge asking for the towel. Steve Ulrich says you can have the towel next point. Wheaton just surviving.
Advantage Woodbridge.
So break point number 5. Woodbridge giving himself a hard time. The effects mic's pretty useful here, so you can pick up practically all he's saying. Recognizes this as a real chance to make a breakthrough.
Advantage Woodbridge.
So it's break point again. And a very uncharacteristic Wheaton volley, way, way out. That looked as if it might well have got beyond the centre line. No joy from the centre line judge, nor from Steve Ulrich.
Up down the replay. Obviously you don't want me to win anyway. Calls are going all the other way.
Now even there, actually on replay, it does look like it hit the line. Although he's giving the line judge a hard time, he's vindicated on that replay. Six break points saved. 7th deuce.
Two aren't called.
Wheaton systematically now aiming for that centre line on the ad court. That's one heck of a call. Right or wrong. Well, he had to be sure. Steve Ulrich. From our position, difficult to see, but he had to be sure. So neither player particularly happy with the officialdom. But the pressure well and truly on. For a 3-2 lead.
Game Wheaton.
So Wheaton saves 6 break points and moves into a 3-2 lead. And Woodbridge can only rue what might have been an interesting game here for Todd Woodbridge. He failed to just make one of those 6 break points in the previous game. Must hold serve here. Wheaton recognises a chance to pounce here. Woodbridge perhaps a little out of sorts. Well, I must say, at first glance I thought it was out. It's amazing how players see the calls going against them and think they're being victimised. Because if you ask Woodbridge, he'd say exactly the same. Have a look at it once more. Well, just possibly might have got the outside of the line, but I don't think so. Well, we sensed it might be coming, and here's Wheaton here with a real chance. Break point for 4-2. Wheaton, always the governor in that rally. I thought it's not quite good enough from Woodbridge, who's now really angry with himself and around him. Now can Wheaton hang on? 4-2 up. Good lateral movement from Wheaton. Throughout his career, has worked so hard on that. It pays off here. Stretches well to the volley. And to the forehand. might have been better advised going down the line, but you don't lose too many shots in hindsight.
First serve.
And that time the half volley does work for him. Good control, but asking an awful lot of himself. And just there coming up with the goods. But a wasteful shot there. So this is the pressure point right now. 40-30. This for 5-2. Certainly went for it. And of course, if you are in a bad run of lack of success, it's at stages like this when the technique might just fail you. David Wheaton looked destined for a top 10 place, now ranked 127. A win here will get him well inside the top 100. Oh, that's an excellent shot. Wheaton did well on the half volley pickup. Fairly rifled down the line by the Aussie. Terrific return. Staggering pickup, and that's just a fabulous reply. So here's Todd Woodbridge with a chance again to break back. Ooh. Just a couple of inches. How many chances does he need, Woodbridge?
Advantage Wheaton.
Well, good judgment. I just get the feeling that Wheaton's not anxious to volley when there's doubt that he'd have to. Woodbridge has been wasteful all through this match. Well, just a couple of inches long that time. It might have been so different. But David Wheaton survives and moves into a 5-2 lead in this deciding set. And Woodbridge, well, Wheaton serving for the first set. Remember, at 5-4, he had 3 break points, wasn't able to get them, lost the set, came back to the second, but there's 6 break points he had at 3-2. That's 2 all to go 3-2 up. Wheaton eventually held on, holds on again there, and now a game away from his first title. In a year he's never got beyond the quarterfinal. Quarterfinalist in Osaka in Japan, and then again in Tokyo in the Japan Open. Woodbridge serving to stay in the match.
15 love.
Woodbridge, who until this tournament here at Newport had won only 2 out of 12 matches on the tour this year. Oh, that's a lovely touch. Years and years of top doubles play enables him to pull off a shot like that. Sheer talent. Ooh. Another close call. I think it was the right one. He thought it felt good off the racket. Couldn't believe it when it was called out. It was, again, careless. Such a good placement on the first volley. Now Woodbridge. Wheaton's looked a little precarious under pressure. So much riding on this. Can he force him to serve out for the match? Excellent volley to the line. Well played, Todd Woodbridge. So a big game now in the year of David Wheaton. Past champions, Greg Rosetsky, Canadian, now hopefully to become a Brit. And a couple of years of Brian Shelton, who's had such a good year. And this could be a turning point in the year of David Wheaton if he could serve out successfully here. Serving for the match at 5-3. Well, so often Todd Woodbridge has got ahead on the Wheaton serve, but has never been able to make it count.
$1. 15-30.
Really close calls. In my view, the officiating here is working out extremely well. Well, he's
15-40.
been so severe on anything within hitting range that's short. And he makes a mockery of the Wheaton serve here. 2 break back points now for Todd Woodbridge. Oh. How many times has he done that?
30-40.
But he needs it again.
So gutless you are. You're a woman. Hit the ball!
Wheaton saves it again. And once more, he also gives himself a hard time. He certainly hasn't played the pressure points too well at the moment. Nothing wrong there, though. Wonderful approach.
Advantage Woodbridge.
So a third break point. And sooner or later, surely, he has to convert one of these. Well, there's nothing you could do there. Terrific stuff from David Wheaton. Gutsy second serve. And he kept the pressure on right the way through the rally. Woodbridge slightly mishitting the cross court, but a testing lob, well put away. Now then, David Wheaton. This for the title. Oh, no! Well, he just snatched at it. Unbelievable. He'd make those 99 times out of 100 in practice. Oh, there's agony. A winner's check and the honour of being the titleist here at Newport has escaped with that one shot. Will Woodbridge make him pay now? His 4th break point. His 11th of this set. Well, he'd swap that volley there for the one that he missed on match point. That's the tail so far. 15 break points he's missed. 11 of them in this set. Now he's got another. And Wheaton, sir, they look mighty tame. So 5th break point. Christmas and birthday there for Woodbridge. A wretched volley, but the one that hurts is the one he missed on match point. So Woodbridge somehow survives and eventually gets his break back, and is going to have to serve now. 4-5, 3rd set here in the final of the Miller Lite Hall of Fame at Newport against David Wheaton. Woodbridge's volleying has been, through most of this match, of a higher class than Wheaton's. Oh yes, full marks to Wheaton, kept him honest. An incisive play again from the Aussie. Well watched at the end. Oh, beautiful.
40-15.
He's a delight to watch when he's playing well. Look at the volley here. Way, way below the height of the net. Knee height and lower. And he gets the stop of that.
Game Woodbridge.
So Woodbridge has come from 5-2 down.
5 games all.
Two breaks apiece in this deciding set. And this has been a good comeback, and Wheaton, no doubt about it, his serve is wobbling a little. Serve for it at 5-3. Yeah, just enough swing to take it onto that centre line. And this is a much more comfortable service game so far for Wheaton. Well, he's obviously wary of that return of Woodbridge, which has been so strong through this match. But Wheaton is tense, no doubt about it. And understandably so.
Oh.
Yes, it was wide. And that's the kind of problem that Woodbridge is giving him, which has the effect of making him so doubtful on second serve. That's why the double faults are creeping in. He does not need one here. Well, Woodbridge is picking up so many points now on Wheaton's second serve. Again, forcing him to flick up off the ground. And from 40 love, he looked to be sailing along. It's now deuce. Wonderful return. So here's Woodbridge, who's come from 5-2 down. That 19 figure that's a problem and will have worn a bit of a hole in his head here. He needs to take it. He broke last time. Can he this? For a 6-5 lead, he'd be serving for the match. Good volley, David Wheaton. Making time after time in practice, but that had so much riding on it. Brave shot.
Advantage Wheaton.
Woodbridge getting the kind of serve he wants. Wheaton stops short. Not wanting to half volley again. Lovely little drop. Miss for 6-5. Well played, David Wheaton. Gutsy second serve, 2 tough volleys, and he holds on. And once again, Todd Woodbridge, who's had break point on David Wheaton in every single Wheaton service game this set, but has only managed a couple of breaks. And David Wheaton holds on to move into the lead once more, but it's 6-5. So here at Newport, Rhode Island, Todd Woodbridge serving for the second time to stay in this final. And if Woodbridge does hold on here, we're into a third set tiebreak for the third time for him in this tournament. He beat Jason Stoltenberg, the number 2 seed, in a tiebreak third set. And then Baron Black from Zimbabwe, the number 6 seed, again in a tiebreak third set. Also dropped a set in the opening round against Stéphane Simeon of France. But he had a fairly conclusive third set there, 6-1. Woodbridge, on the other hand, dropped just 1 set. That was the opening set of his semi-final against Britain's Mark Petchey.
Game Woodbridge.
That's, of course, until the first set here. Into the tiebreak we go then. And you have to say that Woodbridge goes in as the favourite. He's all over Wheaton's serve. He's come back from 5-2 down. And surely he is feeling the better about himself. So much at stake for both men here. David Wheaton with no title for 4 years. Todd Woodbridge looking for his first singles title of his career. Wheaton, who's won 1 of his 4 titles to date going into this. That was in Kiowa Island in 1990. Lost all 3 since. Key Biscayne and Queens in 91. Coral Springs in 93. Todd Woodbridge has lost all 3 of his finals. But Wheaton started positively despite the disappointment of dropping that 5-2 lead. Money's irrelevant, particularly to Wheaton, who's a millionaire already, of course, thanks to the Grand Slam Cup, and $2 million worth of prize money for that tournament alone. He's earned another couple of million on court, another couple of million off court, I should think, through his sponsors. Todd Woodbridge too, a millionaire through doubles earnings. Would like to get some self-esteem as a singles player. Had a chance there.
3-1, Wheaton.
Wheaton had him pinned, but there was still a little bit of room there cross court. Wheaton favouring down the line and left it open. And he knew it. Well, this is better volleying now from David Wheaton.
4-1, Wheaton.
Again, the first volley gets him terrific position into the corner, but still needed some putting away. And I think Todd Woodbridge trying it on a little bit with Steve Ulrich. Now, can he come back? Remember, he has been all over Wheaton's serve through this third set. It's not over yet. He's come back from 5-2 down. He's broken Wheaton twice. He's 1-5 in this tiebreak. So, 2 first serves for David Wheaton, and he might well be back with a winner's check. So here's the moment of truth for the 25-year-old from Minneapolis. One championship point gone. He's got 4 more. Well, Todd makes him sweat.
6-3, Wheaton.
Wonderful reading of the down the line here. All his canniness from doubles put to good effect. 2 championship points have been saved.
6-4, Wheaton.
And Woodbridge just won't lie down and take it, making him sweat. Point number 4. Tough again at the net.
6-5.
So here's Wheaton now with maybe his last chance, his 5th championship point. This one, like the second, is on his serve.
Game, set, match.
It's there. And David Wheaton is a champion once more.
6-4, 3-6, 7-6.
A tough battle right the way through. And Wheaton must have thought he missed his chance when he'd gone from 5-2 up in the third set to be taken to a tiebreak. But his father's mighty pleased, and so will his brothers be, who manage him and coach him. But David Wheaton is the champion of the Miller Lite Hall of Fame here at Newport, Rhode Island. His first title since 1990 is 6th in all. A check for $31,000, but the relief now that he's a serious contender again. Wheaton wins then.